It's Rodden Harris, Akron Today Show. Today, I'm with a very special person in the community, Brandon Scarborough. And Brandon, I'd like for you to introduce yourself and then tell everybody in the community what you're doing.
My name is Brandon Scarborough. I'm a resident, lifetime resident of Akron, Ohio, a proud Bookto graduate. I'm from the city. I have a heart for my city. I have a passion for my city. Many ask, why haven't I left here? Because I don't want to. I want to see my city thrive. I want to see our youth thrive. I want to see especially our black males, our black youth really become successful individuals. So I'm trying, putting things together and trying my best to do my part in the community and do what I can.
Okay, tell them the name of your organization.
Dreams Academy. Dreams Academy stands for Developing Responsible, Extraordinary African American Males for Society. And what we are doing this summer, we are taking up to 60 males from 5th to 8th grade, and we're just spending time with them right here in the room we're sitting in for 8 weeks, for 2 hours a week. 5th and 6th graders on Monday, 7th and 8th graders on Thursday evenings. And I have a team that I like to call the Dreams team, which is comprised of about 15 to 20 very positive, influential, local adult men that have volunteered their time to come out and share with these young men various lessons. Each week is a different focus area. For example, in week 2, we focus on etiquette. We're going to teach our young men how to tie a tie, how to sit at a dinner table, how to sit up straight, not sag your pants with the gym shorts up under them, how to talk respectfully. We're going to talk about some of the negative images of women and compare them to what the positive images should be. And that's just in 1 week. Another week, we're talking about financial literacy. We're going to talk to our young men about money. Dollar Bank has partnered with me to come out and open up bank accounts for the young men that are coming. And so we're going to talk about how to save, how to invest, basic principles that a lot of kids and frankly a lot of adults do not really know or understand. And so we just hope that we teach and share with these young men not only our lessons, but to wrap our arms around them and really say that there is a population of adults that really do care about you. From looking at my applications, many of our young men are coming from single-parent homes. They're there with just their mothers. I have a couple who are living with their grandmothers. And so there has been an abundance of people that have came forth to say, my son, my nephew, my grandson does not have a black male influence in our household or in their life. Many of them feel like the schools have given up on them. And so at least for a little bit of time, we want to spend some time with them. We're not just going to teach them in a classroom setting, but we're turning this room into a classroom full of interactive activities. And the people that are speaking and facilitating with them are just not going to teach them these lessons, but they're going to sit down with them, break bread with them, talk to them, get to know them, so they don't just feel like they're back in school all over again. My dream actually has been to start a all-boys high school here in the city. And I was driving one day and a light went off. I was sitting at the corner of, I believe, South Street and Brown or somewhere at that BP, and something just said to me, "What are you waiting for?" And the voice kept talking to me, and I'm a Christian, so, probably the Lord, we started having a conversation, and, he just shared with me school isn't just what we see August to May. School isn't just a building at an address, but anywhere can be a school, anywhere can be a place of learning, anywhere can be a place of education. And so just from that moment on, I just started planning. No upstart funds, no grants, no nothing. I just started moving forward saying, I believe this is something I can do. I believe this is something that the community will get behind. And the biggest thing, I believe that this is a need. This is something that our young men, they need it, and I hope that they embrace it. And just from there on, I started pressing forward.
And I know you reached out to the Akron Today Show, and like when we were talking off camera, it is something that the community needs. Like I was saying, if you see all the violence that goes on in Akron with our youth, And as a male adult, if you can't do anything about it, you're part of the problem. So we appreciate you reaching out to us, right? And I know you said the first classes start June the 6th.
Yes, sir. First class begins this Monday. I'm so excited about it. 5 days away at this point. Um, I wouldn't say I'm disappointed because my classes aren't full. So at this point, I still have room for about 5 to 10 fifth and sixth graders, and I still have room for about maybe 18 to 20 seventh and eighth graders. And so I don't say that to say we won't forge on ahead as if it's full. We plan on giving these kids 110% of our efforts, whether we have 30, 40, 50, 60. I would say that I would like to see 60 just because I just really believe the need is there. I believe it's beneficial. I believe that the experience is really going to be, if not life-changing, mind-altering for a young man. My hope is that after going through this, young men will respect themselves more. They will respect their parents and what they do for them more. And I also hope that it has a effect on their academics, that we're able to say this is why you need to do good in school, regardless of what the school tells you you can or cannot do. We really want to raise these boys' self-esteem to realize that they are young kings and to really leave this experience knowing who they are.
Okay. June 6th. So is there a cost to it?
Yes, there is a cost. It is $300. And I know for some that sounds like a lot, but let me explain what happens for $300. The first thing that I think is the most important is they are getting the experience of interaction with men, professional men who are successful and who have a heart to do what we're doing, that want to come in and wrap their arms around these young men as if they were their own sons. So for $300, they're getting that, but they're also getting fed every week. They are getting a Dreams Academy t-shirt, wristband, and water bottle. At week 8, I have nail technicians coming in to give the young men manicures because at the end of the 8 weeks, we are having what's called the Dreams Academy Gala featuring Hub's Groove down at the Akron Urban League. And so we want to prepare the young men to kind of a coming out party, so to speak. So we want to make sure that they're groomed well. American Commodore Tuxedo is giving them tuxedos to wear to this gala. That's included in the $300. A good friend of mine, Marcus Marshall, down at Sky Zone in Canton, Ohio. Sky Zone, I believe the Sky Zone, I get them confused. But either way, we're going to the trampoline park courtesy of what they're doing. And so that's included, and they're feeding them on that day. It's just so much. For $300, I believe it broke down to $37.50 a week. So with the lessons that we're doing, the food is coming from local establishments and guys who, a few just reached out to me and said, hey, what can I do to help? I do this, I do that. So a lot of guys are just bringing their own skill set to this experience. So I have people like Smack Your Mama's Wings down on Hawkins Avenue. He's feeding the boys week 1. Another young man who has a business called Kingdom Subs in week 3, he's feeding them in week 3. So just a lot of guys that, hey, I can cook. Call me and say, hey, tell me what I need to do. So we're focusing on even being publicity for some local individuals that have new and upstart businesses. And so it is $300. Excuse me, a part of that $300, though, is in week 3 where we discuss financial literacy. We will begin to show these young men how to use their personal and professional networks, and they will go out into the community and gain financial support from individuals, which in turn really makes the camp free. If you raise $300, then you just made back what you spent. Our hopes in bringing the bank in is that instead of you going to buy Jordans and video games with the money that you are able to raise, you invest in it somehow, learn how to save. I want to push on my parents to say, you can get access to this money if you put it in the bank by getting good grades this year. And so we want them to raise themselves money to offset what the upfront cost is but to also say, do these opportunities to save your money, to invest your money, so that when you do want some Jordans, your bank account is not empty, because we all know Jordans cost a whole lot of money. Yep.
So, are you a nonprofit?
No, sir. This is all. This is all Dreams Academy.
Okay. What I'm gonna do is have a challenge to the businesses out here in Akron. If they sponsor the kid, what we'll do is we'll come in, interview them, let everybody know they're a proud sponsor of Dreams Academy, and we will put that up for 6 months. That way, because sad to say, what we've experienced, just like we said before when I came in, and you reached out to us, and I was like, if we can't promote what you're doing, then we might as well just step down and step out the way. So sad to say, sometime people want something. It can't be, back in the day when you was hungry, you come over the house, I just gave you a sandwich, right? Now, you got to hook me up, and you got to do this, you got to do that. So for the businesses out in the community, what we will give them here at the Akron Today Show is, for their sponsorship, for 6 months, we'll run their ad. And it might just be a picture of the location, letting everybody know that they're a proud sponsor of what you're doing. So pass that on. We're passing that on to our viewers, but pass that on to the people that's contacting you. We have no problem doing that at all. So
One thing to add for the parents, also in that tuition cost, is a $50 referral. So if you bring your child in for the $300, and you bring one of your girls, a family member in to sign up as well, we're crediting them $50 for bringing in that other person. So it can be down to $250.
Okay. So I know when we went to the website, and give people the web address real quick.
The web address is www.dreamsacademyakron.org. www.dreamsacademyakron.org.
And you had an interesting thing on there called, was it EAT?
The EAT concept, EAT, where part of the focus, again, just throughout our curriculum, we talked about etiquette, which is the E, teaching our young men how to really be young men. The A, focus on academics and the arts. While this will not be like school or getting grades, we will and do reinforce the notion that education is important. And, we know some of the status of where our school systems are, and they're not always the best, but that shouldn't be a reason for a student to not accomplish his own personal goals and to do their best. So academics, as well as arts, and the arts even goes down into the T, which is technology. One of the reasons we're going into a recording studio is to show kids that a lot of kids are interested in making beats and rap music and things like that, but they don't know the behind the scenes. So we're going to take them to a real recording studio over at my friend Pastor DeJuan Kelker's church, the Burning Bush. And so that week we will be over there, and even with him being a former rap artist, he's going to talk to them about that business and some of the issues he had to overcome with that. But even still, the kids will go into the studio. So one of the things the kids will do each week is, at the end of our sessions, they will be put into groups. And so they will come up with a rap song, or even if they want to sing it, however they want to do it, that focuses on a positive topic: education, family, God, if they like. And so they're actually going to record what they have written in week 5, and they'll leave the camp with basically a single, a rap single with their voice, their group on it. And so we want to take them. 9 times out of 10, our kids have not been to a real studio, but I see them walking down the street, and they can recite every rapper's every lyric. And so we're going to give them an opportunity to express themselves. And I know every kid probably won't know how to rap or, what to do. And so my friend Miza Leo is his rap name. He's coming in to kind of coach the young men on, hey, maybe you should write this here, or what about this? Have you thought about this? And a couple of other guys that will come in just to kind of give them some direction in that area so they don't feel like, his lyrics are better than mine or that whole thing. We want everybody to leave with the same level of respect, with the same level of know-how, and so that they feel good about what they have accomplished.
Oh, okay. Talk a little bit about, you said Pastor Kelker, but talk a little bit about some of the powerful mentors that you do have coming in the different fields that they're in.
Okay. First one comes to mind is a friend of mine, Charles Harkness. He's from Bedford, Ohio. He's a dean of diversity at Baldwin Wallace University. Much wisdom, excellent teacher, excellent facilitator. I have about 3 or 4 bankers coming in. Andre Hampton, my cousin Darnell Hampton, a young man by the name of Cameron Alexander, who all work in the banking industry, in different areas in the banking industry, where they can talk to the kids about why saving is important. I believe Andre works in the mortgage and investments area. He can talk about this is what you need to buy a house. And some might say kids are too young for that. I don't think they're ever too young to really understand what the work day needs to seem like and be like, and why saving money is important for success as an adult. I mentioned Miza Leo, who's a professional rapper. I mentioned Pastor Kelker, who's a pastor over at the Burning Bush. And I'm drawing a blank right now on some of who the other ones are, because it really is a lot of them. Eric Fletcher, who is the leader of the Young Black Professionals Coalition. He's coming in, and we don't even know what he's going to do yet. He just said, I want to be here. And so I have a number of guys like him that have just said, whatever I can do to help. We led a drive to where, because the young men have to dress up every week after week 1, I've had so many people just give me ties. Because what I didn't want was the parents to have to pay the tuition and then go out and spend more money. So I'm giving every kid 7 ties. That means every week they can wear a different tie, because what I didn't want to happen was, kids can sometimes still be cruel, so we're not going to act like, we're going to have a room full of angels. But, I can hear somebody saying, you had that tie on last week, So to eliminate that, every kid will have a variety of ties to pick from in the community. I just want to say thank you in advance. The community really got behind that initiative. And so my entire living room right now, my living room floor is full, probably about 300-400 ties right now, just all donated. I mean, some of them even brand new. Some of them even I wanted to keep for myself. They were so nice. But we're going to give those to the boys. And so it's people like that behind the scenes. I mean, I had a Providence Baptist Church did a tie drive and just gave me a bag full of ties. So it's people like that maybe won't be here in person, but they've shown their support in different ways. And so I want to say thank you already to all those that have donated either monetarily or whatever you've done to support this. I really appreciate it. And the young men will too.
Okay. Can people go to the website and donate?
Absolutely. Please go to the website and donate. www.dreamsacademyakron.org. There's a donate button on the home page. There's a donate button on the Contact Us page. And I've already said, and I live up to this, my T-shirts are on the way. Anyone that donates $15 or more automatically gets a Dreams Academy T-shirt. I hope to hear that call, that they're here. I can't wait to put one on so I can just wear it every day.
Okay. Hey, man, I'm honored to meet you, bro. I'm glad you reached out. Impressive what you're doing, and continue to do the good work that you're doing, man. So any last words you got to say to people out there?
I don't even really know what to say. I'm so excited. Like I said, we 5 days away, and it's just kind of hitting me. I'm excited to meet these young men. I'm excited to meet their parents, and I'm excited about the work that we are going to do that I hope affects change within our community. And if nothing else, it gives these young men more reason to be who they are, more reason to be better than who they are now and to really understand life, and that we can give them a toolkit of resources for successful living.
All right. Akron Today Show. See you next week.